Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is FATIMAH MAISARAH binti ROSLI HISHAM, metric number 13GDT19F1075. Now, I am going to present about System Development Lifecycle SDLC. What is System Development Lifecycle? A System Development Lifecycle (SDLC) is a structured project management model that outlines the phases required to build an IT system from inception to the final result. The aim of a System Development Lifecycle is to enable effective production of a high-quality solution that would meet or exceed a client's expectations throughout all its stages within the given budget and timelines. There are 7 stages of System Development Lifecycle. Each stage plays a significant role in the development and differs from others in complexity, required assets, and expected functionalities. The 7 stages are planning, analysis, design, development, integration and testing, implementation, and maintenance. Next, I am going to explain about each stages from SDLC. First is planning. Planning is the most crucial stage of the SDLC process. It involves identifying and defining the project scope to determine a comprehensive action plan for the project, pinpointing the issues, the solution it will resolve. This phase outlines that will happen throughout the entire life cycle and determines the success of the entire project. Team structure, time frame, budget, security, and other fundamental factors should be accounted for at this stage. Second is analysis. The planning is finished and the team is in place. Now, the team needs to perform an analysis of the system's functional requirements to ensure it will meet the expectations from the target audience. Those expectations are then finalized and documented. The next step is performing a feasibility study to ensure that a system makes sense from financial, technological, and organizational standpoints. Thirdly, design. Once the analysis is over and the requirements are set in stone, the design phase begins. This phase describes how to approach the design of a system's architecture, user interfaces, network, databases, and security so that they will satisfy the requirements and enable future updates. Next is development. The development marks the end of the preliminary part of the process and signifies the beginning of the production. Then, software engineers write code and fine-tune the technologies involved in the project. This is probably the busiest stage of the life cycle, as it involves a lot of hard work from all the experts involved in it. Next phase is integration and testing. This phase involves testing and integration of the system and all related procedures to assess if it performs as expected and fully delivers on the requirements. The Quality Assurance (QA) team is responsible for this phase. Next, implementation. At this stage, the new system is rolled out to the production environment, replacing the old one. This stage is performed by moving new data and components to where the old system was. After the implementation, the system is available to end users. Lastly is maintenance. After the release, any software system enters the stage of continuous maintenance. Today, Any software product needs to be frequently checked for bugs and updated with features big and small. Indeed, new product may perform well upon release, but bugs can arise anytime. As for updates, your software solution needs to adapt to quickly changing needs its end users. Next, we are going to present about some types of life cycle models. Types of life cycle models we are going to present is spiral model and agile model.
My name is ATHIRAH binti IBRAHIM. My metric number is 30DDT90F1040. The spiral model has 4 phases. A software project repeatedly passes through these phases in iterations called spirals. The first phase spiral model is identification. This phase starts with gathering the business requirements in the baseline spiral. In the subsequent spirals, as the product matures, identification of system requirements, subsystem requirements, and unit requirements are all done in this phase. This phase also includes understanding the system requirements by continuous communication between the customer and the system analyst. At the end of the spiral, the product is deployed in the identified market. The second phase is design. The design phase starts with the conceptual design in the baseline spiral and involves architecture, design, logical design of modules, physical product design, and the final design in subsequent spirals. The third phase is contract or build. The contract phase refers to production of the actual software product at every spiral. In the baseline spiral, when the product is just thrown off and the design is being developed, a POC, proof of concept, is developed in this phase to get customer feedback. Then, in the subsequent spirals, with higher clarity on requirements and design details, a working model of a software called built-in produced with a version number. These builds are sent to the customer for feedback. Evaluation and risk analysis. Risk analysis include identifying, estimating, and monitoring the technical feasibility and management risks, such as schedule slippage and cost overrun. After testing the build, at the end of first iteration, the customer evaluates the software and provide feedback.
Assalamualaikum. My name is ATHIRAH binti ANUAR. My metric number is 13DDT19F1138. Agile modeling is a practice-based methodology for modeling and documentation of software-based system. It is intended to be a collection of values, principles, and practice for modeling software that can be applied on a software development project in a more flexible manner. In 2003, the Agile Model-Driven Development (AMDD) lifecycle began to coalesce to describe when modeling occurs on project. There are so many core practices of AMDD. For example, active stakeholder participation. Stakeholders should provide information and make decisions in a timely manner, and be as actively involved in the development process through the use of inclusive tools and techniques. Single source information. Strive to capture information in one place and one place only. Just barely good enough artifact. A model or document need to be sufficient for the situation at hand and no more. Look ahead modeling. Sometimes, requirements that are nearing the top of your priority stack are fairly complex, motivating you to invest some effort to explore them before they are popped off the top of the work item stack so as to reduce overall risk. Test-driven design (TDD). Write a single test, either at the requirement or design level, and just enough code to fulfill that test. TDD is a JIT, just-in-time, approach to detailed requirement specification and a confirmatory approach to testing.
That's all from us. Hope you guys learned a lot from our video. Thanks for watching.